I would describe the evolution of my connection to Asian American heritage as intermittent.
I really sought out those connections with Asian community that I hadn't experienced, and it was kind of like a grass is always greener type of situation. Where now that I do have those connections with Asian communities, I have found that I still, feel the same as I did, which is like being an outsider, not being here or there. So I think what I desperately, strive for now is connections with adoptee community because I haven't found that understanding that I kind of assumed in some way naively would come with connections to Asian culture. We're just not there. I think there's just as much education and understanding that's needed in the Asian community as there is with white people's understanding of adoption.
Initially, as I struggled with my identity, I spent a lot of time exploring Asian culture to get a grasp of what it meant to be Asian. I watched Asian dramas, ate Asian food, participated in various cultural events, and learned some funny words along the way. If I saw anything relating to Asian culture, I sprinted towards it. Over time, as I began coming to peace with my identity, I didn't think about it as much. I felt like I didn't need to reflect anymore. I put my adoption journey on the back burner, focusing on other things such as my career, education, and personal relationships, which, in my opinion, wasn't a bad thing.
When I was young, I just really wanted that connection to Asian culture and having, friends and people who looked like me to be around. But I think now what I'm looking for is connection and building relationships with people who understand that, adoption identity is very unique. And just because someone looks like you doesn't mean they'll understand your experience. And, it's even funny saying that now because, it seems very naive to think that just because someone looks like you means they'll understand you.
Over the summer of 2023, I was fortunate to work with Nat as a videographer and was reintroduced to my Asian identity. Over these few years, I have not been surrounded by many ambitious Asian people. Within my profession, strength and conditioning, Asians make up 5% of the total demographic. So being surrounded by so many at once was rare, but familiar as I had lived most of my life like that, trying to understand culture through how media portrayed it and how my friends lived their lives.
Now in my life, what I'm looking for is connection with adoptees and people who are, understanding or at least willing to listen and learn from adoptees and their experiences.